we're confident. Obviously, we're respectful towards Tipperary. I mean, they've been a powerhouse in hurling for well over a century. But again, the most important thing is that we believe in ourselves and we know what we have to do, and we're looking forward to going up on Sunday and actually doing it.
And the Waterford team arrive out onto the pitch here at Croke Park for this All-Ireland semi-final. Tipperary still to appear. And, you know, for the last couple of years, Waterford really have become a very, very powerful force in hurling. Perhaps that All-Ireland title has eluded them. But playing here today in yet another All-Ireland semi-final, and a lot of the credit to that, for that has to be said, has gone down to Justin McCarthy, who took them up to a new level of hurling. And Justin McCarthy was the man who brought in the Waterford player we saw there, Stephen Malumphey.
Yeah.
Army man. Yeah. Obviously a very fit man, some engine.
What's more, he's a leader. You know, you know, and that's the thing that Waterford team needed, was calm leaders in big matches. You know, this is their 6th semi-final in 7 years.
Yes.
You know, that's a huge achievement for Waterford. You know, it took them so long to get to a semi-final.
Right, yeah.
But like, they have new leaders now have developed. You know, Ken McGrath, Dan Shanahan, they were the leaders a bit before. Now you have the like of Brick Welsh. You have Malumphey, you have John Milan, of course, still inside. You have Shane Sullivan in the middle of the field. Owen Kelly, you know. So new leaders have developed, and they're playing very, very well as a unit. And Davy has brought a huge unity into the team. So their spirit, their unity. I just worry about their game plan. If they stick to the one they had in the Munster final, I'd still worry about that. But they are a real force now. You know, as Fergal Hartley said yesterday, Waterford are now firmly a top 4 team. And if you know, the one thing that's missing off the CV is, of course, the McCarthy Cup. You know, they're four Munster championships, 6 out of the 7 last All-Ireland semi-finals. I mean, that is brilliant.
It certainly is. There's one misconception, Sir Farrell, about this Waterford team at the moment. And the notion kind of is that they're an ageing team, giving it one last lash. Now, perhaps Tony Brown is bringing up the average age to about 63, but outside of that, you know, it's been a team that has developed over those years, and there was a new Waterford team coming through.
There's a new full-back, Liam Lawler. There's a new cornerback, Noel Connors.
And a good one.
There's a new Shane O'Sullivan midfield. Richie Foley centre field. You know, Kevin Moran is making his own now. Malumphey is the leader. Now you have Brian O'Halloran, who's only 19. Like, Davy has introduced, through kind of a nice little method, let the older lads go back into the gym, keep them very, very fit. He's introduced all these fellas. As Gerard said, they're gone for a new game plan, and the new fellas are brought into that game plan. Now, the big thing for them is, can they take the step forward? Like, winning today, they have to do that to win All-Ireland. The CV, they need All-Ireland, but still, they're up against the hurling power and Tip, who have won a lot of, all the Tip fellas here have won minor and under 21 All-Ireland medals. Now, only one or few of them only have won the one Kelly, one or two more have won the senior. They're hungry from last year. And like, if anything at all, you just imagine that the hurt of last year, after losing the final, that they felt that they could have won, that should drive them over the line. But I promise it to be a great contest, and I expect, it hasn't been talked about in the papers, I expect a very, very physical battle today.
Oh, yeah, you know. Absolutely, yeah, no doubt.
There'll be nothing wrong with that. OK, we're going to take a short break here in the programme. Back with more in our build-up to this All-Ireland hurling semi-final straight after that. And back here on the Sunday game, we're looking forward to the second of this year's All-Ireland hurling semi-finals. Tipperary are out onto the pitch now, as well as the Waterford team. And of course, once again, Tipperary are playing hurling in August in the championship, and they will be hoping that this year they'll be also once again playing hurling in September. But that remains to be seen. OK, let's hear next from two men who understand this rivalry very well. Tomas Dunn of Tipperary and the former Waterford star Paul Flynn there with Joanne Cantwell.
Yeah, and they know all about tight battles between these two counties as well. Paul, obviously we'll just get to the big news, the fact that Brian O'Halloran is in for Seamus Prendergast. You have your own take on that.
Well, Joanne, I suppose it's a big risk from the Waterford point of view, you know, putting in a young 19-year-old, played minor last year, just finished his leaving cert. Obviously he's picked on form, you know, he's doing well in training, but like, I mean, it is a big risk putting such a lad in at the start, you know, when the game is going to be hot and heavy for the first 10 or 15 minutes, and maybe later on using his pace, you know, when the game calms down a bit, might be a better option, but you know, they're the decisions to live and die by.
Tommy, you think you know from a Tipperary point of view why the move has been made?
Yeah, I think they'll be probably bringing in a young pacey player, so I'd imagine they'll probably start him on Declan Fanning and try to expose Declan's perceived lack of pace in Croke Park. But it could be wrong, but that's just a hunch that I have for now.
You have had issues or worries, I suppose, about the fact that Tipperary haven't really nailed down a regular team in this championship.
Well, every supporter has, Joanne. We were so poor against Cork that we needed to make a good few changes, and a lot of them are concentrated in the backs and on the half-forward line. So the half-forward line in particular is going to be a key area today because Brick has been one of the form players in the championship. So whatever combination Tip come up with there will need to work today.
How do they get around Brick Walsh, would you say, because he has been so influential this year?
Well, it's hopefully a matter of playing some smart hurling and maybe to try and avoid clearing balls down on top of him, but it's easier said than done. Our backs are going to be under so much pressure from a hard working half-forward line from Waterford today that they'll probably just be able to hit it wherever they can, but maybe Brendan's puck outs, you mightn't see too many of them landing into that zone.
Tommy sounds concerned from a Tipperary point of view, and yet they're the big favourites for today. What is the confidence like in Waterford?
Waterford people, they're coming in as Munster champions, so I don't understand really why Tipperary are such strong favourites. Waterford have very good players. Obviously John Milan is delivering every day he goes out. Owen Kelly has been very good from play, but I think it's the other players today, like Stephen Malumphey has been working hard today, so far this year, but I think he'll have to chip in today with a few scores. But Waterford are playing with great confidence, and they're not conceding many scores, so the people in Waterford just hope to get another crack at Kilkenny.
I bet they do. In a word, who'll win?
I think Tip will win.
Paul?
Obviously Waterford, but I think it's going to be very close.
As if we expected them to say anything different as we hand up to Marty Morrissey.
Thank you very much, Joanne. It's a repeat of last year's Munster hurling final, which Tipperary won by 4 points. A year earlier, in 2008, they met here in Croke Park again in another All-Ireland semi-final, which Waterford won by 2. Last March, they met in the league, and guess what? It finished level. This is very much a 50-50 game. Let's take a closer look at the Waterford team. For the last 5 years, Ardmore's Clinton Hennessy has been first choice for the Daishies. He's 33, 6'1", and has grown in stature over the last season or two. The performance of Liam Lawler at full-back could be crucial this afternoon, and how he deals with Tipperary's Owen Kelly. He's fortunate to have 2 fine cornerbacks beside him in Owen Murphy and Noel Connors. Michael Brick Walsh has been outstanding at centre-back in the Munster Championship, and Tipperary must have a game plan to counteract his dominance. Tony Brown is playing like 27, not 37 years of age, while Declan Prendergast has been rock solid at 7. The summer of 2010 has seen Shane O'Sullivan really blossom in centre field, while Abbyside's Richie Foley has stepped up his performance and is now fulfilling his true potential. Kevin Moran's versatility has seen him move from defence to attack with ease. Owen Kelly is a scoring machine, and while team captain Stephen Malumphey may be the link man in the middle, he is clearly the leader of this Munster Championship winning side. And the big talking point is the inside line. As usual this season, John Milan and Shane Walsh are at corner and full forward, but it's a huge day for 19-year-old Brian O'Halloran. On the week, he's waiting for his Leaving Cert results. He's named for the first time on the starting 15 for his county, and it's an All-Ireland semi-final. Donald O'Grady, your thoughts?
Well, I suppose really looking at the Waterford team, the main man, if we look at the Munster campaign, was Michael Brick Walsh, and he's very, very influential player. And if Tip hope to win this match, they'll have to get around him some way. I'm expecting to play a bit of short ball, pull him out of the central position a little bit, and then create channels for their runners in behind. But he's a huge player, and he has been very influential for Waterford up to now.
This is the 39th championship meeting with Tipperary and Waterford, with the Premier County registering 27 victories. However, their record against Waterford here in Croke Park in recent times is poor. Met twice, first in 0-6 in the quarter-final, and then in 0-8 in the semi-final, and lost both. Here is the Tipperary team. The first time we saw Brendan Cummins was on May 21st, 1995, in a Munster Championship match against, ironically enough, Waterford. He's now 35 and making a little bit of history today by appearing in his 61st championship match between the Pups. There are 2 former All-Star fullbacks on this team, and amazingly, none of them play there. That honour falls to Mullinahone's Paul Curran, while Paddy Stapleton and Michael Cahill have come through the successful underage teams in recent times to nail down the cornerback positions. The 2 All-Star fullbacks are in this line of defence. Declan Fanning